Okay, so wheels are built. Big, squishy, nice wheels, so they're gonna go on, and the only other real thing to do is to mount a bumper. You get two choices of bumper, one which looks pretty weedy and small, and then this one which is a bit more appropriate, I think, given the size of the car. It says to select the bumper based on the body style. Given that this picture shows the big one, I'm going to use the big one. It's mounted with these very tough big springs, so yeah, quite heavy duty. The only other thing to mention at this point is in the speed controller there's your on-off switch, which is shown to kind of be mounted on the front here. This one isn't quite long enough, so I've got to think where I'm going to mount it. It just about stretches to this point, but I might mount it down the side here. I'm going to wait and see till I've cut the body and offered it up to see where a good position for that on-off switch is, so watch this space on that one. In the meantime, let's mount the bumper and the wheels. Right, so exciting times. We have a full worked up rolling chassis now. All electrics are done. The keynoid will see a battery is connected, so we're going to show you this running in a moment. The big bumper is on. It's very like strong and squishy, so you can probably run into some good stuff with this, and hopefully it will flex and bend pretty nice. A couple of other things I've just done. Just added a few of these cable ties along, and there's one there on the side for the servo, so the servo cable comes back into this point here. So that is it built. I'm just going to pause the video and we'll put it up on some rails, and we'll see it running for the first time. Right, danger of live TV. Here we go. There's the steering working. It's kind of moving on where I've raised it, and very slowly, there we go. So she lives, everything, now the wheels are on, this all spins pretty freely. It's a bit restricted by what I've put on there. So yeah, that works, which is great. Let's just flick that off. Other bits just to show you from the build, to draw this little bit to a close. There's a fair amount of like bits and pieces left, a few odds and ends, mostly I think to do with the four-wheel steering. But the only other thing that's quite notable is there are loads and loads of parts left that you don't need. There's a wheelie bar in there that you don't put on. I mean, I imagine this kit maybe is, you know, there is another six-wheel kit you can get. Maybe they're used for those. Probably just because of the sheer volume of parts that you need. And Tamiya do use kind of, they interchange some of their sprues a little bit. So if we need it for six-wheel drive truck, most things comes in pairs. So, you know, you've got two lots of what you need with two wheels worth left over, if that makes sense. So a lot of spare bits and pieces. The next thing I'm going to get onto is what you see in there, which is the body shell.